Public service announcement. We know what you did.
All right, man, what's going on? It is the ATL Sports Endgame. We got a good show for you tonight. But before we get to the people in the comment section, I want to get to my brothers on the panel. We got a special guest. Hey, man, I am elated. He's one of the family. He's taking care of our business overseas. He's a football player. Great one at that. I want to give a shout out to my brother, Will the Thrill. Will, thanks for joining ATL Sports Endgame, bro. Appreciate you.
Always glad to be back with you boys. You know how it is. I appreciate you talking me up as well. I never was too great a football player, but keep the kind compliments coming. They are appreciated. No, it's good to be back, and I've seen that the topic tonight is obviously the what side do you take in the whole kind of QB mentoring thing. So I wanted to come in and have my say because it should be a good one. So guys, down in the comments, hit your boys up, have your say.
Hey. I like to say I appreciate you as always. And down below, man, last but not least, we got the senator himself, Mad Mike Sportz, a.k.a. Mad Mike Luciano in the building. What's going on, Mad Mike?
Yay! happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. Y'all remember that movie, right?
Right. All right, man. Before we get into tonight's topic, everybody is jumping in. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all got me 2 away from 200. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to everybody on the panel, everybody in the family. Hey, man, look, help us get out through the YouTube universe, especially, and we want to hit a milestone because we are trying to grow this platform to bring you guys more content with more context. All right. So let me start off. Let's see who we got in pole position. We got Silk Legacy. What's going on? Will the Thrill, as always, he's on the panel. We got William Amy. What's going on? We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. King Quest 710. We got Brian Peoples. What's going on? Keyshawn Vlad. What's up? John St. Clair. What's going on, John? Mucho Grundy, another one of our family members. What's going on? Dre Murphy, my boy. We got STL Dirty Bird. What's going on? ATL Leo, another one of the family. Hey, look, get them likes up, man. Let's see who else we got in here. Smith, Sonia Howe. Hey, Sonia. King Treyway was good. And Georgia, Texas boy. All right. Listen. Y'all saw the picture. What up, Carlos King Loso? What's going on? Look at the picture. We're gonna put it again. We're gonna put it up again on the screen for you. But tonight, we're gonna talk about our future. You guys have been noticing in the sports news going on. We have had the legend Mike Vick at training camp on numerous of occasions, and the media has been in a frenzy. Twitter has been on fire. It's been mixed emotions, mixed reviews, or whatnot. They've even had him on kind of like a podcast. But what I want to say for all of that, and ask this question here, and ask the guys on the chat is the support for Mike Penix Jr. a nod to the Falcons' redemption? I'm gonna have Will the Thrill go first, man. Will, what's your take on this?
Well, I'm gonna start by not cussing out some of the fans, but I'm just gonna go right in there. The gloves are off tonight, so let's go. In terms of the way that Michael Penix is being mentored, I'm hating to see the way everyone's got to choose a side. I don't understand why he has to be mentored only by Matt Ryan or Michael Vick. He's a young kid who's now getting his first chance at starting in the league. Why you can't take the advice of 2 quarterbacks who have high level NFL caliber, who have been as far as the game will take you, postseason, Super Bowl in some cases, win, lose or draw, but to not absorb as much advice as you can, although these kids are getting it from every angle. He seems like he's mature enough to pick and choose what's going to suit his play style, but why does it all have to be picking sides is my question.
You know what? Well, let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna at one on this answer. I'm gonna alley you this to Mike. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
Many times.
Okay, good. So we all on the same page. All right.
Mhm.
If you look at it, and I know Mike gonna like this, and then I'm gonna have him piggyback off of this. Remember the Return of the Jedi was one of my favorites out of the original trilogy, because what it did was it took two fallen masters to help their apprentice
Mhm.
become a beacon of light for redemption for Anakin Skywalker. And this is pretty much where I was heading it at. For everybody out there in the chat that's a Star Wars fan, you know exactly where I'm going with this. And I want to pass this to Mike, because I know Mike is a huge Star Wars fan. When you see these two, and we're gonna dig deeper in the next topic, but when you see these two, the reason why I'm asking, is this a redemption for Atlanta, the Falcons? Because Mike, what have we seen in recent years, meaning Vic era and Matt Ryan era, as to the reason why this Michael Penix mentorship is so important?
Well, I'm trying to go the right route what Will went, but something in me is just irking me.
No, speak of mind, man. Get out there into the ether, as it were.
I just think there's a split with the fan base. And I made a video on this about Michael Vick and what it actually means for me personally, to have him back with the organization. And I think if you just look at how both fan bases, the Vic fans, and I'm talking about the super Vic fans, and then you have the super Matt Ryan fans, because we got some super Matt Ryan fans out here that just go way overboard, just like the Vic fans. And I think now is the best time. I think it's the perfect time. I think Michael Vick and Matt Ryan both hold a lot of power. They could use each. They could both use their fan base and use their influence to kind of teach and tell their fans to put all of the support into getting behind Michael Penix. So I think for me personally, I love the fact that these guys are back together like that. I really do like the fact that seeing Vic, because a lot of these guys, the bird ones, that a guy like Kyle Pitts actually went to a Mike Vick camp. So like these guys, they love Mike Vick. They love Matt Ryan. They look up to these guys, and to have both of these guys, I think it'll be an inspiration, and it'll be a boost to the guys that, look, man, I made it to the NFL, and I'm playing with the team of the player that I always grew up idolizing. I think I really believe if they do this right, and the fans, they get behind these guys the way it should, I think it'll be I think it's a good thing, to be honest.
Before we go on to my cuz, Truth, thanks for joining the show. Man, John Sinclair, appreciate you, brother. He said, let's start this off. 199. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to everybody on the panel and in the family. We got Auntie Pam in the building. What's going on, Auntie Pam? She said, happy Friday. I know you ladies had a great time on traveling out. So, hey, make sure y'all shout out the Ladybirds of AFN. They're gonna be doing big things over there. But
yeah, that bus down to Bama was nice, y'all.
hey, cuz what's going on, man?
And by the way,
that's not a whole lot. What's shaking? What's shaking? What's baking and shaking?
Oh, a whole lot of shaking going on.
So basically, because
Oh
we're talking
wow.
about, is the support for Mike Penix Jr. a nod to the Falcons' redemption? And like I said, I'll bring you up to speed. In recent news, Mike Vick has been at the OTAs the past couple of days and everything. Along with him hanging out with Mike Penix and Arthur Blank. So you kind of wonder, what does this bring, for the organization? What does this do for our quarterback? Because the next topic is going to go in depth about what we're seeing unfold before our eyes.
Now is the perfect time for Michael Penix to be a sponge. All right, he already got the luxury of having Matt Ryan. He get a chance to pick Matt Ryan's brain throughout the season, and now during the OTAs, you got a guy like Vic, who coming in, and it's just like it's a time for him to be a sponge, man. Just ask questions, go over situations, go over scenarios, and just learn to be a pro.
Mm-hmm.
The football part is the easy part. Just learn to be a pro. Learn what to do in certain situations. Like I said, ask questions, be a sponge. It's time for him to be a sponge. Anytime you can get any type of schooling, whether it's in a classroom or just somebody just picking a ledger's brain, take advantage of it.
Okay, before I get into the serious topic, because that was just how you say a short one. Appreciate you, John Sinclair, the $4.99. He said this is better. And then eyes up, man. I appreciate
two
the
more
love,
super
bro.
chats. We got three
Man.
more super chats. We got a goal, man. So a goal of 5 super chats. All right, and if we get those 5, y'all get the privilege of choosing what the next show is going to be. Okay, so that's 3 more. That's it. Y'all choose. Y'all get to choose the next show. So the next show will probably be the Monday show. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably Monday or the Wednesday or Thursday show. So get those 5 super chats tonight. Y'all get to pick the next show, which is going to be the originators.
All right. Now, look, this is what we're going to do tonight. This was the short one, man. We're going to give y'all the main course. I want everybody in the chat, everybody listening, and everybody on the panel pay close attention, because this topic is very broad. Basically, we're going to give you a breakdown. And Mike started it off earlier today. I appreciate you for the alley-oop. But this one right here is the reason why I got the title. And it says, will Mike Vick and Matt Ryan's mentorship to Mike Penix Jr. be vindication if he succeeds? Now, while y'all putting y'all answers in there, let me give y'all a backstory. Mike just hinted to it. First off, Matt Ryan comes up last year giving the team some hope and insight into what it means to be a championship organization and to play on a championship level and to be a championship type player. Now, a lot of this goes over. A lot of people say it doesn't matter how you feel about him. The man played in the Super Bowl. You can't take that away from him. Now, here's Mike Vick. The reason why Mike spoke so highly of Mike Vick being in the Falcons camp right now is, y'all got to remember, the generation of players that is basically at the OTAs with him were kids when he was on the Falcons roster. He not only inspired Kyle Pitts, he inspired a lot of them guys to get into the NFL, especially Mike Penix being a quarterback, because they had an idea of what it looked like for somebody like us to be up there and to make it, to get on the cover of Madden, to have the first $100 million contract, to have a jersey that was bought worldwide. You know what I'm saying? And even though he had his missteps, he's still a beacon of light to be a head coach of his own alma mater, despite everything that's happened. Now, you take Mike Penix Jr., which reminds Vic of himself, which reminds Matt Ryan of himself, and you put them two together, mentoring this young man with the skill set he already has. Think about every quarterback we've had since Matt Ryan left until we got to Penix, and neither one of them had no mentors. Wasn't nobody coming to help them do anything. It is a perfect setup for that. Now, my thing is, and this is why I use the Return of the Jedi reference, because Luke Skywalker was the vindication of Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi's failures. He was their vindication. Why? Because they figured he was the strongest one to get rid of Darth Vader, which was his father, which, if you follow the story, his father was the one that brought balance back to the Force. Reason why this is titled the way it's titled, because if this goes well, in my opinion, Michael Penix could be the vindication for both of them by being able to be the quarterback to help bring a Lombardi to Atlanta. Now, cuz I'm gonna let you take this one first, then we're gonna go around.
Oh, damn, I'm sorry. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention, but I wasn't. Then ask the question again. Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Okay. Will Mike Vick and Matt Ryan's mentorship to Mike Penix Jr. be vindication if he succeeds?
I don't know if it's going. Yeah, goddamn. Vindication for what?
For Matt Ryan and Mike Vick, as far as them being quarterbacks for the Atlanta Falcons.
Shit. It all depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, shit. What they got to be? I don't know, man. Like, what they got to be vindicated for? Shit. I mean, did somebody kill somebody? Oh, we did lose a couple of dogs in the process. Okay, my bad.
I ain't going there. I'm not going there with you, Drew.
I ain't got nothing against no dog. But shit, them dogs had to go when they couldn't fight. But with me, I wouldn't see it as vindication. I wouldn't. That's just two former legends of the franchise helping out the franchise. That's it. They're helping out the franchise.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, I feel like to throw around words and wax lyrical with things like vindication, like I feel if it puts far too much pressure on the kid, and he's got enough on him as it is. It's his first full year starting, and as I say, we don't want him to have a ceiling of what Mike Vick achieved. We don't want him to have a ceiling of what Matt Ryan achieved. But
yeah,
but at the same time, you can't turn down multiple sources of Super Bowl level QB experience. So I think like I don't want to get too full on Jedi about it, but they said that they wanted to bring balance to the Force, and I feel like hopefully this is the kid to bring balance to Atlanta, because when Vic was the QB, you had half the city that wasn't sold. When Matt Ryan was the QB, you had the other half of the city who wasn't fucking sold. So now we have the product of both. Are you all going to finally sit down and realize, or at least get behind our fucking quarterback this time? All of us. Do you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
No, you know what? I'll follow you on that. And the reason why I made it this complex is the same thing you said. It for both of them, and I'm saying vindication for both of them to be vindicated. What it does is it's not to rewrite what they went through, because that's experience. You're never gonna rewrite what they went through. But what it does is it gives both of them an opportunity to do something they didn't have a chance to do. Mike Vick now has a chance to impart wisdom to Mike Penix on the importance of, hey, to be a quarterback, you gotta embrace your craft all the way through. And on the back and on the front side of it, you have Matt Ryan's wisdom imparted to him as learning how to have a championship mindset and how to be a professional. Those things that they can instill in him that he can take with him. Because Mike Penix, even though he's got both of them as mentors, he's gonna play his own game, his own way. And even in that, he's gonna make his own mistakes. He's not gonna make big mistakes. He's not gonna make Matt Ryan mistakes because he's not neither one of those guys. But he has a great opportunity to learn what they learn, and they can impart their wisdom on him to shorten his learning curve. But I'm gonna pass this over to the quarterback guru. Mike, what's your take on this?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. There we go. Why is this screen saying that? All right. I think when you look at both, like, to be honest, I see a mixture of both quarterbacks when I look at Penix. I see a guy that's very good at going through his progressions. He's very good at being able to get the ball out when he wants it, put it in a certain spot with the power of a Vic, the accuracy. He is getting better with the accuracy, and that's a lot like Matt Ryan, the leadership qualities of Matt Ryan. You see the athleticism like a Mike Vick. You just see, obviously, he's left-handed and black like Mike Vick, but you see a lot. You see a lot of the both Vic and Mike Matt Ryan. So, like, I'm gonna just call him Mike Ryan. All right, that's his new nickname for me. His name is Mike Ryan. I mean, he is Mike Ryan. Like, when you just look at him, you just see both of those guys, man. It's like looking at your crush. She got big boobs, a big booty, and then a small waist. It's just like you just getting it all. Okay, you getting it all. You get the best of both worlds. You got a small waist and the big boom boom booms, and then you got the big slim butt that's fit on top of it. It's just everything. It is everything. And then she know how to cook, and then she know how to rub your. She know how to rub your back and rub your feet and rub your arms and kiss you all in the right places. Like, it's heaven on earth when I look at them. Okay. Sorry, I get carried away with quarterbacks, y'all. I get carried away with quarterbacks. The quarterback that does things to me. All right, but it's the best of both worlds when I look at Mike Penix, man. But like I said before, man, he has the opportunity to learn not only the good things but the bad things. Michael Vick, he was the worst. Like, he was his own worst enemy. Matt Ryan, I'm just going to tell you, Matt Ryan was his own worst enemy. Why? Because he just wanted to please the organization. He could have stepped up and said, no, we're not running that play. We're not doing this. He could have took a stand and say, no, we're not going to get this guy because he's not showing up to practice. He could have stepped out and said this to his teammates. He could have said certain things to his teammates, and he could have demanded that the organization get certain guys or put more money, emphasis on building the defense. He could have said that. So it's both of those guys have the opportunity to teach Mike Ryan the right things to do, when to say it and when not to say certain things. He has the perfect. Look, Mike Vick ruined his entire life. He ruined his entire life by doing something stupid. He got caught up in all the adulation and praise, and then you got Matt Ryan. You know, like, he could have been a world champion if he was a little bit more outspoken. He didn't do that. He didn't stand up to his coaches. A lot of the times, I'm not saying that he didn't do that in the background, but as far as the media and the fans concerned, like, he did not step up and say, all right, fellas, we need to get this shit done. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
So Mike Ryan got the opportunity to learn from both guys' mistakes.
And before we go further, I got my brother in the building, 6 man. K Styles, what up?
What's happening? What's
That's
happening?
good, Kay.
What's happening? What's going on, Will?
Man, we're over there chilling, man.
Yeah, man. Well, it is almost 3 a.m., but you know, we in the building. We've got some heavy topics. So I'm just letting everybody's got to get it out tonight because I feel like it's quite a deep one. As you say, there's a lot involved for us to unpack. So I'm happy to just chill, let y'all go. If you obviously I'm here to have my say as well. But I've said what I had to say. I just feel like hopefully it balances the city and the fan base. I don't want to put too high a ceiling and use words that are going to make him like a deer in the headlights because he's already facing £260 edge rushers on the weekly. So I don't need to make his life any harder. So, but nah.
But yeah, K Styles. So the topic was, man, said, will Mike Vick and Matt Ryan's mentorship to Mike Penix Jr. be vindication if he succeeds? And I know you and I were talking about this, earlier. What's your thoughts on this?
Definitely, man. I believe. I would say vindication is a good word. I would, but I'm going to use the word redemption. I'm
Okay.
gonna just use the word redemption, just for the simple fact. As I kind of got in and I heard Mike talk about the traits, the negative traits of both Mike Vick and Matt Ryan. Um, but yeah, and I think it's good because you have a young rookie who has been poised, and I guess you could say destined to be the face of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
You have Mike Vick, who is, like you said, you got Mike Vick on one side, who is beloved, deified, and like you said, that went through some things as far as personal issues. That's a redemption arc right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of it, you have Matt Ryan, who is, let's be honest, who is vilified, but throughout, like I said, throughout being vilified, he has kind of like an eye. I ain't gonna say it. I'm trying to use the word. I'm trying to think of the word because I was about to say ironclad, but I'm about to say he's pretty much mentally tough as well. Matt
Mm-hmm.
Ryan has the mental toughness on this spectrum, having to deal with a lot of the scrutiny.
So I've got one
So
for you boys. You're saying, Kay, that Matt Ryan's vilified to kind of not piggyback a little on what Mike was saying earlier. Is the only
mm,
reason that Matt Ryan's vilified? I mean, look at the stat sheet; it speaks for itself. Um,
mhm.
is the only reason that you feel he gets vilified? I mean, look at the leadership qualities. Look at the way he embraced Atlanta, the way Atlanta embraced him, or seemed to. He seemed to become part of the city. But is it
Mhm.
all? Does it all boil down to the fact that he didn't grab his nuts in the Super Bowl when it counted, or is there more in play than that? Would you say?
I
Oh.
mean, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that was Matt Ryan's biggest weakness. He came out his his mannerisms didn't really say aggression,
Mm-hmm.
even though he, like you say, even though he he would die for his teammates, but he also came out as a company man. Like I
Yeah.
said, that Super Bowl, the loss to the Super Bowl, even though we proven time and time again it's not his fault. It's the catalyst that causes a lot of people down here in Atlanta to despise his existence.
Kev, I'm glad you
But
said that. I'm glad you said that because I want to piggyback off of something I was going to add to that. And this is to Will too. What and the reason why I know Kev used redemption, it's not so much the person themselves, but it's a team downfall. And reason why I say that is this: a lot of fans and a lot of them do not want to admit it. The only standard they're holding this team to right now is Super Bowl win or bust.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them will never say the playoffs don't matter. The regular season don't matter. How we look on the preseason don't matter. How we look on paper don't matter. I've said this many times. The only thing y'all use to measure this team's success is a Super Bowl. Why? Because you've seen the Falcons in every other facet. The problem is we have a prime opportunity with a fresh quarterback and a new roster to do it right this time.
Yeah, and historical success or historical lack thereof is a bit of a misnomer if you're going to use that as your measuring stick, because I
Right.
feel like the most important game is the one next Sunday. You can't think about the Super Bowl if you're fucking 6-11.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
you have to think about preseason to get in shape. Then you need to think about the season itself before you even think about playoffs. So to only measure by Super Bowl or bust is incredibly naive. And I feel like it also belittles the work that these guys are doing for 4 or 5 months of the year leading up to the Super Bowl as well. So, but I understand, like, we have been in a successful franchise to varying degrees the last, say, decade
Mm-hmm.
and a half, in spells the last 2 decades even. But we've never tasted that Lombardi, so you can understand. I get it. I'm desperate for the guys to get a ring. I'm a fan first too, but at the same time, you've got to be realistic here. And that's why, as I said a couple of days ago as well, not that it's directly related, but how I feel about the Kyle Pitts situation. If he's not going to be part of the culture, like I'm all for him, like getting a great year so we can get some value out of him. But at the same time, I want to try and build a culture. If you're wanting talking about redemption arcs and things of this nature, I want the guys that are going to be there for the long haul. And I don't
That
think we
part.
can pay. We definitely can't pay all of these guys. I think we need to let McGarry walk as well. Personally, for my taste, he didn't have the best year last year, and right tackle money's not chump change. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. What you got, Truth?
I'm over here mad to hear the dream done lost. I'm over here throwing a fit right now.
They didn't lost too, huh?
God damn.
Yeah.
Now, what was the last question? I'm just a post student. I ain't been paying attention worth a damn. What was the last question?
No. We were saying that the thing that kind of looms over this setup where Mike Penix is getting mentored is the fact that a lot of the fans that won't admit it, they only gauge the Falcons' success if we can manage to pull off getting a Lombardi. Everything else they really don't care about.
I mean, I understand that, but usually you demand that. Usually fans demand that they done had a taste of the Lombardi.
Right.
I mean, you know, I ain't trying to goddamn say it don't matter now for somebody. Oh, truth, truth. You said the Lombardi doesn't matter. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that that's a mighty high expectation for a fan base that has never won the world title. But
Right.
so to demand that is kind of crazy. I ain't saying you know you shouldn't want it, but to demand some shit that you've never gotten, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And one of you
Right.
guys said it beautifully. I think it may have been Mike in the run up to the draft. We were having a chat about things, just the two of us, and he said something along the lines of, um, as it when you really boil it all down, it, sorry, I've lost my place. What was the question again? Because it pertains to that.
You,
Oh boy, join the club, Will.
well, it ain't your fault, man. It's 3 a.m. over there, brother. I
Hey,
understand.
I'm also 34 at the end of next month, so you know your boy's getting senile.
hey,
Damn it, man. Damn it, man.
join the club, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Oh dear.
You're not alone,
You
bro.
in the middle of talking and forget what the hell you said.
So yeah, we're gonna rewind that back and just scratch that one. Didn't happen.
Oh yeah,
That man was in the middle of his thought. He was in the middle of his thought and remixed it while
Aye.
getting it. Yeah, I understand it. Trust me.
No, it wasn't a remix. It was a full-on breakdown, brother.
No, look. When Will told me it's 3 a.m. over there, you well within your right. That should mean it's been a long day. Oh man, we got
Between
old.
Facebook during the day and then the chats at night, it's like you keep your boy busy, but it's all good, man. It's all good.
Hey, look, and we got OG Sam, Mr. White in the building. But
Mr. Why?
pretty much what we're saying, Will, is you know, a lot of these fans out here, like True said, a lot of these fans are not worried about the process. They're demanding something that we've never accomplished, which is getting a Lombardi.
And
And
you've just reminded me what it was now, Mike. I remember it. You said there are some among us, and it's not my place to point fingers, but there are some in the Atlanta community that the minute these guys get a Lombardi, they're going to start going about, okay, so where's my second?
right,
There is a perennial just. It's not it's a bit of an obnoxious attitude. It's like we need to get one first before you start thinking about dynasties.
Yes.
That was the point.
Look, I said that this past season. I said if the Falcons come up and get a Lombardi before they even present us with the trophy, you're gonna have people on Twitter talking about bet you can't get two. Like what?
That's it. Yep.
So
Who said that?
Mr. White, what
Yes,
you got going on, man? We basically, I'm just saying, and right down below, it's like, you know, will Mike Vick and Matt Ryan's mentorship to Mike Penix Jr. be vindication if he succeeds? You know, meaning, hey, these boys can now say, hey, you know, we helped this young man do what we weren't able to do.
Samuel.
You know where you go.
Let the man talk before you get suspended again. Damn.
if we're answering this question from a fan base perspective, no. From an organizational perspective, yes, it will be vindication. It will shut a lot of people up to a certain degree, you know, in a lot of aspects of what this organization has gone through. But for the Ryan supporters, for the Ryan haters, no. I mean, it's always going to be that. Well, he couldn't get it done, and you know that's going to be, you know, even though he's the one of the two that that's gotten the closest to doing it, but from schematics, the process, Common sensually, yeah, it would be vindication. You know what I'm saying? It just, being going through the experience, being able to give a young man the tidbits of what they've gone through as quarterbacks in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? And they help him, have a few extra pieces, what I'm saying, to his instruments of being a quarterback. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. You was about to say something, Mike?
Yeah, Truth is about to get suspended again, y'all.
And
Oh,
He
another thing,
always
boys,
making
don't
fun of
like
saying
some of the
he's
fans
always
need to not be so scared to step out of their feelings. Like, I'm a Matt Ryan lover, but I can step out and go, yeah, he didn't get it done, but from that failure. And as I've said, I make no secret about the fact that I personally won't forgive what Mike Vick chose to do before he went to jail. That's something I don't make an issue about. But the fact that he has the pedigree as a quarterback that he does, and he's willing to come back and make amends by the franchise, I don't really have a an axe to grind as much, so to speak. So it's all about now, can we get this kid ready to go? Can we impart on him how to be a professional and the roadblocks that we've faced, the ones that we've managed to break through, and the ones that have tripped us up along the way? I think it's, as I say, there can't be a drawback to that.
Well, you know what? But you make a good point, because this is what a lot of people don't understand. Mike Vick right now in his life has come full circle, because a lot of athletes in his position wouldn't be where he is right now, garnering what he got himself into. I mean, the man right now is coaching at his alma mater. A man, he's actually coming back to get back. He has made amends with the organization, and then saying, hey, on top of that, let me contribute. Let me impart some wisdom to the next generation. He's coming in and he's being a beacon of light, or a lesson learned to those that's coming in that were kids watching him while he was in the organization. Unlike other players right now, this man enough to say, okay, I took what I did on the chin. I did a lot of dirt, but here's how I made my amends and cleaned it up. And Matt, even though Matt didn't get what he sought to get, he didn't stay bitter and say, you know what, F the Falcons, F the fans. Look, it didn't happen. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can give somebody else the opportunity. You can't do nothing but respect that, because you got a lot of these athletes right now, when they leave the organization, as you see recently in the news, they trashing the shit out of it. And then they telling a lie and ain't got no shade to hide under. So, in my opinion,
as a grown ass man myself, I can throw up my hands and say, yeah, the man's made amends. That is what it is. He's contributing to the community. He's contributing to the team. He's contributing to his successor, as is Matt. I mean, taking everything off the field, specifics anyway, out of the question. It's still life lessons that can be imparted, and so there's nothing to lose from that. But I mean, as Mike says, I put my pants on, or trousers, as we would say here, one leg at a time, just like you do. So as a grown ass man, you can get out of your feelings and go, nah, you know what? Okay, kid. Okay, bro, you got me.
Hey, yeah, look, and y'all need to hit. Look, Will said that, and he said that from his chest. Y'all need to listen in the back of the room. Just because they call him something else, pants is pants.
I mean, let's be honest here. This right here with Matt Ryan and Mike Vick coming to mentor Michael Penix, is basically, you motherfuckers better get this shit right. That's what this is. Because if you really look at it, the instability of that position for the last 4 seasons has really been one of the biggest detriments to the Atlanta Falcons in years. So that is also another redemption arc as far as this team as well, is because if you really look at it, a lot the previous quarterbacks, the Ritters, the Mariotas, the Taylor Heineke's, the Kirk Cousins, it all didn't pan out. What better way is to make your biggest investment at that position in a long time by assuring that that position is solidified using the two best quarterbacks in Falcons history to make sure that he doesn't fail.
Right.
But I do have a question for everybody. When it comes to the Super Bowl thing that you were talking about earlier, what is the Falcons? What is the culture of the Atlanta Falcons? Because we could talk about the rosters, we can talk about players, and this is what wins Super Bowls. The reality of it is team culture wins Super Bowls.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What is the Falcons culture? What is the culture
Oh,
that they're trying to build?
I know what they trying to build as far as growth is concerned. Uh, but the fans, that thing is, they just want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to see it. Like they don't care about the necessary process, the process that it takes to even get to that point. I tell people all the time. We was actually having a conversation about this. Everybody just see at Mike Sports with just one, this one channel at 10K, and then we got so many other uh, channels that's monetized, and we've helped build, you know, get the Atlanta Falcons niche to where it was because, the early 2000s, it was just nothing. We had no representative here. Like we didn't have a lot of big podcasters. We didn't have a lot of big journalists. So, like, I've helped build this Falcon culture. I've helped build this Falcon culture. I'm saying all that to say this. It wasn't easy. It wasn't even nobody believed in me. Not a soul. There was a point in time where I didn't even believe that I I didn't believe that it could get. I didn't believe that I was as good as as people were telling me I was. I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that. Believe it or not, my arrogant ass. Look, I'm very fucking arrogant. Okay, I got a massive fucking ego, but I didn't believe at that point that I could get there. I dared myself. Guess what else I did, y'all? I worked fucking hard, and I didn't sleep. It was 16 fucking hours a day at some point, day after day after day. K Style pulling fucking 12 hours at work and then getting on here doing another hour or two, sometimes three. We put in the fucking work. This is what the Atlanta Falcons fans got to understand. This is not going to be a tomorrow type thing where we're going to wake up and we're going to sign everybody as free agents. And yep, in a year or two, we're going to be in the Super Bowl. That shit don't work like that. This is a 5-6. Look, to be honest, this is a 10-year grind. You're saying on this channel. This is close to a 10-year grind. Not quite 10, but we're getting there. So motherfuckers think that you're just gonna wake up tomorrow and we're gonna draft Walker and we're gonna draft Pierce and yep, we're gonna be in the Super Bowl tomorrow. Well, I'm telling you right now, it don't work that way. Because it took Chicago 100 fucking years to get a fucking World Series. What the heck what makes y'all think we're gonna wake up tomorrow? Like this is the reality of it. You gotta bleed, man, before you get blessed. Just telling you. You got to go through something before you be blessed. People just want to skip the blessing and say, "Yay, give me the blessing. I don't want to bleed." Nope, you're gonna have to bleed before you get blessed.
Do y'all understand that, and I'm glad Mike mentioned the World Series. Do you know? And I'm a Braves fan. Do you know most of us that were Braves fans through the 70s and the 80s into the 90s? We didn't know. Let me tell you something. We won so many national championships that thing was moot. We'd be like, oh yeah, the Braves didn't win they didn't win the World Series, but they won another national champ. We had so many national championships, the parade would go down the street, wouldn't nobody be there. Because it was normal. We didn't know what it was to feel the exhilaration of winning a World Series until we won one. Until we won one. And it's like a little kid getting their first taste of candy. That sugar rush is lovely. Boy, we was skipping school. We told our teachers, listen, we win the World Series. We ain't coming to class. We gonna be downtown. The teacher's like, nigga, I will drive. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
It was. I ain't gonna lie. It was like a national holiday. That was like a statewide holiday.
Bruh, look, if people was taking off from the governor's office and everything, when the Braves won the World Series, everybody was downtown.
Yep. You couldn't go. You couldn't even get. I stayed in Memorial Drive at the time when they won. I was on Memorial Drive, all the way from the city to Memorial Drive. It was no. All right, traffic was not moving.
Nah,
you had to walk home. Some people left their cars where it was because it was so bad.
Look,
some people slept in their cars and said, look, I'm just going to pull over to the side of the road and wait. It was that bad.
Let me tell you, MARTA trains wasn't even, you couldn't get to 5 Points. You had to get off like 3 train stations over and walk. Some people was walking down Whitehall Street all the way down there about where the Benz is now. That's where they were walking just to get down there. But the thing is, once we found out what it was to win a championship that coined our city, people hung on that for the next 22 to 25 years until we won the next one. For us, it was just nostalgic because we won it again. But that first one, bro, I had the World Series T-shirt. I wore that till the image just came off. It looked like pixie dust on my shirt. But that's how it's gonna be for the Falcons.
Let me tell you something. When 1998 rolled around here and we was in the Super Bowl, I think God kind of special. I don't think we would have been ready for that. I think the city would have been burnt down if we'd have won the Super Bowl in '98.
Yeah.
I really do, because the feeling and the atmosphere around beating San Francisco and then beating Minnesota in the NFC Championship game. It was when I tell you it was retarded. When it was just flat out moronic around this gap. People would have been hanging off the telephone poles, jumping out of buildings.
Yeah. They'd have been trying to turn over MARTA buses.
Everything that we've gone through as a city with this team to this point, I kind of feel like we kind of, we kind of almost kind of ready.
Mm-hmm.
We might survive a celebration this go round.
Yeah.
Because I remember because one of their last celebration stops was Southway Mall back in 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah. We literally had the park. I remember my parents went there. We literally had the park at the Toys R Us right across the street just to walk over there. That's how crowded it was over here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, because you got to think about it. And what Sam's saying is true, because you had 3 things that compressed. You had 96 Olympics, you had 95 Braves World Series, and then you had a lull, and then you had the Super Bowl. Yeah, Atlanta would have been a crater.
Yeah.
But But think about it. We done went through 2 Super Bowl losses. We got 2 World Series and a soccer championship here. And they about to bring some more stuff back. So if everybody plays their part, this will be a wonderful thing. Especially, you know what I'm saying? Now, would I like to see a rookie quarterback go to the Super Bowl? Yeah. That's some once in a lifetime type stuff. Do I think it's gonna happen this year? Most likely it won't. But I believe we can go far with the young man. I really
The
do.
biggest thing that I feel that needs to really be a change in. Cause I know a lot of people always say that the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta sports team seem to have I call it the bullshit, but they're cursed. No, the problem is we have like I said, a lot of our teams have a tendency to celebrate too damn early before the shit actually is over with.
That part.
Like you said, what is the culture? Who is the culture? And can that culture lead to success? And and we could talk about all the players. We could talk about this draft class we just had that can definitely, you know, steer us in the right direction. But what is the culture? Culture wins championships. Stability wins championships.
Hmm. We talked about it earlier, okay? The culture in Atlanta is popularity. There's nothing wrong with popularity as long as production backs it up with wins.
100%. When you're talking about culture, see 2000 Baltimore. What was wrong with a culture of I am coming to take off your fucking head?
Oh,
At least
Mhm.
at least when you played Baltimore in 2000, you knew it was coming for you because they would tell you.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It is it is crazy because the Baltimore culture has not changed since 2000. It's been the
Nah,
exact same.
right.
Pittsburgh, that mother is about that. They culture is older than I am.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
well, what
been
you talking about?
tweaked. It's been tweaked a little bit, but it's still compactly the
It's the
same.
same. Hmm.
yeah, a couple of times, a couple of runs through the car wash, but it's still the same old.
I mean,
Right.
I hate to say it, as watered down as this culture it is, Dallas the same way.
Hmm
49ers,
They.
they the same way.
Hmm.
I'll be
Usually,
100%. Wait, I'll shoot 100 with you. I don't think the culture in Dallas changes until Jerry Jones passes the
Yeah.
torch.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Dallas culture, the Cowboys culture is more so arrogance, and they like to live in the past and shit. Like you said, it
Yeah.
ain't gonna work. Like you
Look,
said,
look.
Kansas
The
Let,
Cowboys culture is crack.
let's be honest. The
ass
Cowboy.
crack.
Let's be honest. The Cowboys culture is a culture that has been reeling off of John Madden being officiating the games. Let's be real. That's how far back it's been.
My
Rest in
mum's
peace
a
to the
Dallas
great
fan,
John
and I
Madden.
love throwing that in. It's like, you, we them boys. It's like you ain't been them boys in a minute. Troy Aikman is a 70-odd-year-old man.
Troy, hey,
Remember that. That is the last time you guys were relevant.
let me tell you something. The last time they were relevant, I had just gotten into high school. Troy Aikman is a grandfather.
Yes, sir.
His grandkids is probably trying to start a legacy.
Oh,
But that's what we talking about, man. So when y'all hear this podcast, do not get ahead of what's going on. We've all said it, and I'm gonna say it for us. This young man has a great opportunity. He's got great mentors. He's got great people backing him, but he's going to make his own mistakes. And y'all are going to have to be okay with that. I'm talking real fans now. I ain't talking about you transplants that want to act like y'all fans. We know who you are. He's going to make his own mistakes. But with this mentorship, those mistakes should be few and far between. So don't get mad if he throws an interception. Don't talk about, oh gosh, here we go. Kirk Cousins is going to be up next. No, we're not doing that. He's going to make his own mistakes, and he's going to play the game his way.
And that's going to go back to what Mike was saying as well. You build a team the way you build a YouTube channel. It takes some late nights and some tough fights to get there.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to be able to be a team, to be as one organism.
That part. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I watched Mike when it was just him hollering behind a screen. Y'all don't understand. I was with Mike when Mike was hollering behind a screen every day about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon because somebody said something about Matt Ryan. I'm class of 21. That's when I got my chance to get on the screen and holler. I remember when K Styles got on, and K Styles was K Styles and his best friend beer.
I had a 6-pack every show, which is wow.
Well, we all got our vices, whatever it takes to get you through the night, man. We lean on each other. Not that we are condoning any adult activity whatsoever. Y'all be good boys and girls. We don't condone any of that shit.
Right.
Right.
Hey, Will, they ain't even have no disclaimer. It was like, well, if you're a parent, put them to sleep. We on.
You knew this when you invited the Scotsman on. You knew what you were getting, and now you can't rescind the invitation. And now you're sorry.
Oh man!
I warned you what would happen, boys.
You don't know what Scott. If you don't know what Scottish people are about, look, I'm sorry for you, man. All right.
That's how long it's been. So do you see that?
Oh man!
Mike, should I do it one time? Should I do it?
Yeah.
This is for the throwback people. Ooh, baby, I'm just K-Styles.
I almost threw my fried chicken leg.
Why I did that in so long? Man, I want to see if everybody. I want to see people saying if they want me to go ahead and bring that back.
Look, ATL Times. I remember when Mike was calling out Saints fans for being mad at the mayor. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. That game where the Saints got so mad they called Governor. I think it was Governor Kip. They called Governor Kip to do something about the Falcons game they lost. Sean Payton's face was on a billboard in Atlanta over the train.
You must have forgot the episode we did where I exposed the child support claims that they was making on that NFC Championship game.
Oh my, bro, yeah.
Well, to be fair, Sean Payton's face ought to be on a billboard. I don't know what he's done recently, but he fucking should still be on one, in my opinion.
Man. Them motherfuckers complained about that NFC Championship game so much, man. They literally had billboards here in Atlanta talking about we were screwed. Like, really?
Bruh.
These dudes literally, this city literally was going to sue the NFL for that NFC Championship game. That's how bad that was.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
man.
no.
Good times, good times.
Oh
but
boy.
but it's close to 10 years now, and you see what you're getting. You had a chance to see everybody in here grow up. Well, some of us, but never mind. But
Oh Lord, the CC BP over here. He over here bringing up all the damn memories and shit.
Oh man, yeah, Jude, yeah, Jude.
yeah,
Oh boy,
yeah, that was classic,
Jew, and man, he went the hell off that game.
bro. That look,
look, I
look,
didn't even have
that,
time. Look, they were so mad, I didn't have time to talk. I was just look, me and Chris, I just sat back for a minute.
bro. When we saw that onside kick debacle, that look, there wasn't enough whiskey in my cabinet to calm me down. It wasn't not. It was not.
So only thing I had to say was, the fuck was you thinking?
What?
And guess who was the main motherfucker looking at the
Yeah,
ball?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
guess,
Yeah, go
guess
ahead.
who the main guy
Go ahead
looking
and
at
say
the
it.
ball?
Go ahead and say it.
Quintoris,
The
Quintoris
Lopez,
Lopez Jones.
the same guy that y'all said y'all want him to be the decider for head coach. He can't even get. You know what? I'm not going down that
The
road. I'm gonna have a good night.
66 million. Look. He is the
We're, we're,
$66
we're,
million
we are not going to
bandit.
talk about RuPaul's Big Adventure. Nope.
Look, Sam. It is not nice for you to talk about glazed ankles part 2.
That man said.
We're
That
not
man.
going to talk
That.
about
That. I'm gonna just say that man said he wanted the opportunity to pick the head. Nigga, we know who the head coach you wanted. You
No, no,
wanted right. He wanted the head coach that we got right now to be the head coach back then. Man.
no,
Let's
no,
just be
no,
honest.
no. You know what? Let's think back to the touchdown that shouldn't have been, where the person rolled into the touchdown and we lost.
Man, I was stunned that game. I just had a blank stare. I had a blank stare. Like, how the heck
You just rolled.
they
You rolled it. The time you wasn't supposed to score. You rolled in.
them? But the Lions literally. Hold on. Yeah. I was mad that game. I was like, they literally were. They literally threw you into the end zone and were begging for the touchdown that you got, and then proceed to give up the game-winning touchdown in 45 seconds against a Lions team with no timeouts and 4 throws. Well, I was heated that game.
Look, and let me tell
Hey,
you
man,
something.
why you bringing up old shit?
It was about 6 passes, and that last pass was a half of a Hail Mary, and Mary was right there to catch it. Hey, Mike, your young Knight want to get up in here right quick.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Get him, bring him in.
Yeah, bruh, mm-mm. I mean, it was about as exciting as that field goal that wasn't. Yeah, we.
Look,
Oh,
look.
Man, some of the
field
memories,
goal.
even since I've joined, you always been hilarious. Like the funniest bit when we were doing the draft that's just gone. I was really high on getting Jimmy Horn Jr. in maybe round 6 or 7. I came back. I was jumping between 2 chats, and I came back into Mike's room, and I went, "Okay, so who got Horn Jr.?" And Noah goes, "Oh, it was Carolina," and I was trying to be as professional as I possibly could be, and I couldn't hold it in anymore. So there I am, right into the mic. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, yeah, that's a good start. That was the night I knew that I should really come with a disclaimer. So,
look, I learned a long time ago. Just temper my expectations. I learned a long time ago. If you don't temper your expectations and your takes, you're gonna end up looking foolish.
Yeah, Maggie and the guys were like as well, trying to kind of branch out a little bit when it comes to Atlanta sports. And I'm like, oh, would you know what? I'm already in an abusive relationship with the Falcons, so I might as well commit to complete abject misery, you know? Oh, dear.
Oh man, good times, boy. See. What y'all don't know is around them times when it first started, y'all thought Mad Mike Sports was um angry and getting at fans. Hell, I think I'd have cussed out more mixtape rappers, I think, than anybody on this platform, if I remember correctly.
You think? Yeah, yeah.
I'd have had to cuss out so many mixtape rappers, but look. They stopped coming afterwards. Young Knight,
What's going
James
on?
had man.
What's going on, man? What y'all in here chatting about, man?
No, no.
What?
The season has not begun. You're supposed to say, sirs. What's happening, sirs?
How y'all doing, sirs?
Thank you. All right. So when the season starts, you're no longer a rookie.
Nigga act like he got over 50.
You
You ain't
shut
over
your
50.
ass
You don't,
up. All right. You get your
you
ass out of here. You get out of here, my friend.
Damn.
Lord, y'all ain't right.
Act like he run something. God damn it. All right.
you don't
Go
get to
ahead,
be
Mark.
Young Knight,
Like I
young
said
Don't
Knight.
throw
last
that
night,
damn
we've got
baby at
family
me.
up in
God
here.
damn it.
A fucked up, dysfunctional, and spiteful family, but a family.
Yeah,
Hey, Juan, what you say?
I said, what's going on, young Knight? How you doing?
Man, I'm over here enjoying the show.
No, but you know what? Well, see, we that type of family that get together and you know be turning the tables over at Christmas time watching the football game. So you fit right on in.
Oh, count me in, man. Put me a cold one on ice and I'll pull up.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. You Will, you going you plan on if everything is kosher because we know flying right now ain't either the safest or most comfortable thing. You think you might be
I
trying to
suggest he stay his
take a
ass
trip
at home.
to the U.S.
Don't
man?
invite him, boy.
Oh,
Don't
I'd love
invite
to,
him.
man. That's
Do
bucket
not
list
invite him.
material. I've said I've for a long time since I started working with y'all. I'd like to get over and meet y'all in person, get an actual international kind of AFN day, and just get over, take in a game, and then just go out afterwards and get smashed.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Look, Will, I'm gonna tell you right now. You gonna love them tailgates because me, Mike, Kev, we got drunk eating barbecue at a tailgate. They put liquor in the barbecue sauce, man. I'm telling you,
Fuck.
it was
That's a
cold.
slippery slope.
Kev, tell them we was outside in the cold, hot.
Right.
Yeah, if you want to hear, you ain't gonna
Mm.
point me to any bars. Just point me to the hotel when we're done. I can find the stadium for myself.
Hey, man, look, they got a hotel like in walking distance, man. So yeah, you come in, you be straight.
Hey, Juan, what I missed, man? I came in a little late.
Well, we were just discussing, you know, the recent things like, you know, Mike Vitt and Matt Ryan, you know, being mentors to Mike Penix and how it could, you know, help change, help him out, but also help change the Falcons, you know, going forward, man, you know.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm gonna be honest. Seeing Mike Vick at the training camp facility didn't surprise me at all.
I mean, it helps him as well. It's like
Right.
Norfolk State. I always want to say something else, whatever the hell, but it helps him as also because he's a head coach right now, and I think, to be honest, I think he has the right connections to be, you know, a solid coach, especially in college because mostly, you know, it's really due to the connections and people that you have that you can bring into the organization, to the school to kind of help build these players. And I think we're seeing that with Prime. Like Prime is a perfect example. He brought in a guy like Marshall Falk, Warren Sapp. Like he brought in a lot of NFL ready guys, and I think a lot of people will be a lot of recruits, a lot of young kids that love to play with a Mike Vick. So I think I like it, man. I like seeing Vic, in this role, being a mentor. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know a lot of people like to bring up a lot of the negative things, but right
Yeah.
now he's doing a lot of positives in the not organization, but just you know in the world.
Right.
Mhm.
Has he worked out with Matt yet? Any of y'all know anything about that? Has he worked out with him?
If he has, it would.
Matt got them bad ass kids. He still got to watch right now.
Yeah, yeah. So
Shit,
yeah,
I forgot
Yeah,
he
but
forgot he got a newborn baby too, don't he?
I'm
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yep.
gonna tell you like this. If he works out with Matt, it'll probably be something private, and it'll be probably him and a handful of people. Because Sarah ain't gonna have all of them over at the house. I'm
Hell
telling you right now.
no.
Sarah will put every last
Well,
person out and the baby.
his interaction with Matt has been mostly in film concepts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
everybody show up at one of the Lady Birds of AFN. Christy, what's up, Christy?
What's up, Christy?
Yes,
hey, no hitting on Chrissy, y'all in the chat. Goddamn it! All right, told y'all about that. I
We see
warned him.
y'all. If I see one eggplant, you're gone. You're done. You're
No,
done.
no. Mm-mm.
No, we're not doing that. You're done.
Mm-mm.
6 uncles up in here ready to swing, just so you know. Don't. Whatever you're about to do, don't.
Southside ain't shit. He talking about Mac to ask Julio to babysit.
No.
Oh,
Look. No, look. The last thing you need is the Ryan twins having to explain to their father why they didn't watch the baby. Talking about, well, we could have sat down with Dad and talked about the baby. No. We're not doing that.
Oh my god. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, yes. That barbecue at that Bears game, that barbecue. I told you, I think that mother put some crack in that barbecue sauce because
Bruh.
I swear, it was like
I was
38
freshly
degrees
looking like a
outside.
motherfucker.
Yes.
Damn.
It was like
Look.
30, it was like 40, it was 40, 38, 40 degrees
Yes.
outside, boy. We ate that barbecue, it was 79 degrees. I said, ain't this about a bit?
Bruh, I'm telling you right now. Okay, here we go. We was in the blue lot. We was sitting out there, so we had all got out the truck. We like, dang, it's cold. Me and Kev was like, where we gonna eat? So there was a the guy was barbecuing in the right hand corner,
Yeah.
and he was so gangster. He was smoking the meat hanging up, and then he had a bucket. So he said, man, y'all go over there and get y'all sides and whatnot. So we come back. Me and K Style say, where the meat at? Oh, y'all ready for the meat? Man, we had ribs, brisket. He had sausage. He said, y'all want some barbecue sauce? We was like, yeah. This dude took a whole rack of sausages and dunked it in the bucket.
Boys,
Hey, man.
stop.
Dunked it in the
You're
bucket.
giving my stomach a boner here.
Hey,
Like,
y'all want some good barbecue,
like,
man?
Bruh.
Go to my
do
hometown.
you, I think you guys just
tell you.
talk and forget I'm Scottish. Like, we know how the fuck to eat. I will not go if I get over there and you start throwing fucking ribs in my face. I will not go home.
There you go. Look, this the way
No,
it is,
their mother took a whole slab of it. The barbecue sauce was in a bucket.
in a
It was
bucket.
in a Home Depot bucket. I remember
Yes.
this shit.
Yes.
Donald, Elon, if you can kiss and make up long enough to make it through this show and you hear this, do not let these guys give me ribs. I'm warning you. Border control. That is border
Check how he
control.
did it. Check how he did it. He dunked it in the bucket, and he had this plastic table. He dunked it in the bucket, slapped it on the table, chopped it into pieces, dunked it back in the bucket, and put it on your plate. We ate the food, got on the shuttle bus, went to the game, drank some beer, and went
You
back.
make it sound like we was eating dead rats or something. The way you talking about it.
No, look. If he'd have dunked dead rats in that bucket, I would have had to have
Dump
a
it on
second
the
thought.
table, put it back in the
Nope.
bucket. That sounds like something dead.
Mike, look, I
Do
was
no
paying
shit like
attention
that.
because when I ate the stuff, I got high.
Oh, boy.
That's the thing. If you deep fry it twice, you stop caring what it is, especially if you're drunk enough. It's like Mars bar, rat. I don't give a fuck. Stick some batter on it and give me it.
If you want some good barbecue, go to Oklahoma. That's all I gotta say. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Oklahoma, they got cracking. I know they got cracking their barbecue sauce. So I'm not touching Oklahoma
Hell,
sauce.
hell, that's what
Look.
I'm from. They got that low country barbecue sauce.
Jay,
Oh,
look. First of all, y'all eat ribs out there and race cars right after. I know
Doggone
it's a
right
good
I do.
barbecue.
You
Y'all
doggone right.
look, y'all going down the 405 with a rib bone hanging out the window doing 100. I know. I know. I
You
know.
already know.
Shoot, why you think they got street outlaws? They barbecue and then go race.
Yep.
all right. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to the boy. Shout out to the homie Rich, man. That, 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 that,
Richie,
that.
What up, Rich?
the coach Rich. That's he
Coach
doing his
Rich, what
thing.
up, man?
Oh, he said he's gonna be back in the A here soon.
When,
Oh,
man? Let us
okay.
know. Hold on, one
He
put it.
got.
Yeah, there we go.
He said, "Would you guys be okay with trading picks for a second round pick?"
Mm.
I mean, it just depends on
That'd be
like
a
for
hell of a
me.
second round pick.
It really just depends on what they're gonna do. To be honest, like I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the Falcons trading him, but like I'm not trading him for just anything. Like I think that's the thing. It's like because the last thing you want to do, you got a young quarterback and he doesn't have any weapons and he's forced to learn the hard way. I think you want to make it as easy as possible for your young quarterback. So I'm not saying bring him back after this year, but you don't want to just be giving players away when you still developing your young quarterback. He needs as many weapons around him as possible until he learns the game.
Right. Right.
What? So what you're saying is you don't believe that Ray McLeod could fill in the gap that Kyle Pitts left?
Hell no, hell no.
Now you know good and well that's Rufus boy.
Hell, Kev, you go to hell, okay?
All he's gonna be is Rufus boy. That's it. He ain't gonna be nothing else.
you got Charlie Warner.
See,
Kev, Kev,
and I'm gonna
you
be
ain't
honest with you.
war.
What you'll be looking at is, um, in my opinion, if you're gonna give up somebody like Pitts, then you definitely would need a receiver to take the top off of defense because Pitts was Pitts was the clear out guy to give everybody else opportunity, to get clear to make they passes, man. So if you're gonna have to have a real strong passing game if you decide to get rid of him because he helps everybody else benefit. So
As that Southside said, have you seen our tight end group behind Pitts? No offense to those guys, but it's a drop off.
the only person you really bring up that's like I said close to his size is Simon. You would have to really bring up Simon.
Like I said, blocking tight ends 2025.
It's the kid.
Blocking tight blocking tight ends matter.
You lie.
You're lying. Look, they gonna ask they gonna ask a question. They gonna ask a question. They like, man, we don't need Kyle Pitts. We our tight end group is real good. You're lying.
Right. So look, man, it's getting late. I know it's been a long day. We getting ready to get up out of here and wind it down. Hey, I thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to everybody on the panel, everybody in the family. Hey, I'm 2 away from 200, man. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. I would appreciate it. Help me get over that 200 mark so we can keep this thing going. Does anybody know if Coach is gonna have anything for Saturday morning?
He probably might. I'm not sure, but he'll usually. probably make it up.
Okay. Well, like, make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for Coach. If he does, he'll do the bird feeder. I think around 11 in the morning. And then we got on Sunday we have the regulators with Magnus and the guys. So make sure you tune in to that. But hey, man, this has been ATL Sports Endgame. Fellas, y'all got any last things y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
Yep, I'll start. Just that it's great to be back. Again, as I say, I'll tell anybody that will hear me, but if you want to hear more from the international side of things, just hit down in the chat. Let us know if you want to see me. I'll be back. I'll always be in the building. As I say, late nighting and hard fighting. That's how we do over here at AFN. So smash like, smash subscribe. Let's get these guys to the goals they need to get to. Just keep showing love and keep it here.
All right, appreciate you, Will. What you got, Mike?
Go home, eat, get fat. I was about to say something else, but I'm still gonna, keep it PG.
Young Knight, what's up?
I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Hey, man, appreciate you as always. Hey, man, you guys can check out Young Knight on Facebook. Like I said, he's always on top of stuff. Check him out.
Skippy.
All right. What you got, 6-man?
Fuck Nick Cannon. That's all I got.
Damn.
Nah, for real though, man. Hey, look, man. Well, we got about a month and a half away from preseason, which lets you know that the season is almost here. We got a whole bunch of stories that we try to figure out. Whether Kirk Cousins gonna be here, whether Kyle Pitts gonna be here. And for the love of God, can we please have one off season where there ain't no kind of turmoil going on within the franchise?
Yeah, buddy.
Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, man. Mr. White.
If anybody tell me where I got good, my man.
To be the man, you got to wear pants and boxers if you can.
And they have to be below your ankle.
Oh my fucking God, man.
This is a club where no thongs are allowed when you got mustache, beards, bats, and balls.
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm about to get out of here because we're not
balls.
Bats and balls.
We are not going to get fined by the FCC. Hey, look, in the words of Ferris Bueller, go home. The show's over. Go. Goodbye. Bye.
Wait. What'd you say, Sam? We ain't got catcher's mitts over here.
No, we don't.
Got to go, y'all. Hell got to go. Nope. Nope.
Bring him back, Mike. We can't leave without him. Hey, man, we out of here. Y'all go take a nap.
Y'all go
I think I need one. Y'all just being silly now.
Put your eyes back in your head.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.